I will be taking you into the mind of a 2300 rated player. I'll be playing three very instructive rapid chess games where I'll be explaining my thought process as best as I can. The games are going to be very instructive and also very entertaining. And without further ado, let's get some games started. Okay, we have a 2190 rated player here playing with the white pieces. Let's go with the king's pawn opening. Looks like opponent is going to abort this game. Oh, opponent finally made a move. Let's go knight to f3. Okay, opponent is going for the Petrov. Maybe this is going to turn into some 4-knight scotch, but let's see. I think that should be the 4-knight scotch after this move and this. Okay, our opponent is going for some kind of Petrov business. Let's go here, just cementing my pawn this way. I think I should capture here and just break the pin like this. Maybe opponent is going to double up my pawns here. Looks reasonable. It looks reasonable. Okay, I'm going to capture here, play a move like this, and then castle my king. I'm capturing here just to gain a tempo on my opponent's bishop. While they are busy moving the bishop, I develop a piece and then castle. I would love to play this move, except we do not have it at the moment. Let me round up my development. A move like this, I'm very interested in. Putting pressure on this pawn. A move like this doesn't seem like a good move. Doesn't seem to do too much. Okay, move like this, I think I have no issues with. How am I going here? Let's trade this. Because this my bishop doesn't seem to be doing a lot for me. Opponent is not up material. Right, I feel like going back here. Hope I'm not getting trapped. I don't think I'm getting trapped. If opponent push pawn forward, capturing here comes to mind. Capturing here comes to mind, but I don't think that move is doing anything for me. Opponent plays this move. That is weakening the pawn structure on the king side. That is weakening their king. I'm not seeing a very quick way to start taking advantage of that, but that should not be good. Okay, move like this I'm looking at with ideas of landing a check here and just picking this rook up. That's exactly what is going to happen. Just trying to make sure I'm not making any blunder. Let's go here. I'm up a rook now. The opponent is giving me another piece. Opponent is giving me a pawn. The capture here comes to mind as well. Capture there we just don't have at the moment. Alright, let's go here. I think I like this move. Just putting pressure on this pawn. Maybe opponent can play moves like this or like this. Just doesn't seem to help my opponent. Okay, pushing the pawn forward looks like a reasonable move. Just defending from this part of the board. What if we go here? Opponent captures, I capture. I think I like to play a move like this. Opponent captures, I capture. If opponent push pawn, if I go here, opponent captures, I capture here. If opponent push pawn, that looks reasonable. That looks reasonable. So let me push this pawn forward first. If I play a move like this, opponent can capture. After I capture, opponent can push pawn forward, and I have to move this bishop. And once I move the bishop here, opponent captures here, and opponent is up a pawn. I think I'm interested in playing this move. If opponent push pawn now, I'm just going to push pawn here. And if opponent captures here, I'm just going to have a bishop on this part of the board and I'm not complaining. What if opponent plays this move? Very interesting. Yes. That looks like a pawn to me. Looks like opponent is gifting me a pawn. Am I complaining? Not really. But after I capture here now, am I not just up a pawn? Am I not up 4 points of material? I mean, am I just not grabbing myself a pawn? Oh, wow. Looks interesting, guys. Opponent is threatening to go here, checkmate. We have to stop that. We just have to stop that. But then opponent has this check. Okay, I can then capture here. My rook is defending here. And if I capture here, it intercepts with my opponent's. Maybe I should just give back material. Going here comes to mind, but opponent has this check. What if we go here? What if we go here? Is there a move I should worry about? Position is completely winning for me. I just don't want to mess it up. What if I just give back material? Maybe I should just give back material. I think I'm just going to give back material. A move like this also comes to mind. Opponent can capture here with check first. Let's go here. I really want to give back material. This is there a reason to? Okay, let's say I go here. Opponent land this check. Where am I going? I can go here. Is there any other check I should worry about? Not really. Let's go here. I think this should be good. If I go here, opponent can move into the light squares and it's crazy out here. What if I go here? Oh my, guess I should have just captured. If I go here now, this is crazy. If I go here now, opponent can move into one of these squares and start threatening checkmate here. I can't really do much here. What if I go here? Opponent has his check. I should have just given back material. What is this? What is this? Opponent has his check and I go back. Opponent can repeat. Did I just blunder a draw? Ouch. This is a difficult lesson in not being greedy and just giving back material when you have to. Oh, I think I'm going here now. Should go here. If opponent plays any moves like this, I can land a check here and then capture this evil piece. Capturing here, not really. Not really. Alright, let's go here. Trying to remove this evil spirit. What if my opponent sacks here? Okay, I can capture this way. I should be fine. I don't have to capture with my king and open myself up to all kinds of discover check. I'm looking at removing this evil piece. Knight is being too evil for my liking. If I capture here, what else? What else? Opponent is just looking at playing fast and flagging me. I'm looking for ways to trade these queens. I don't think I want to put my queen so far out of the game. So let's go here. I think capturing this pawn, while it is a pawn, my queen might just be on a square I do not really like. Alright, let's go here. Opponent is playing this fast. I think the idea is just to try to flag me. That's one of the ideas. Isn't that a piece that I would like to believe? I'd like to believe it is a piece. Let's go here. I'm offering a queen trade. The queen can't really escape, so maybe opponent plays a move like this and I just capture here. If the queens are leaving the board, I'm chilling. That's something I know. Opponent blocks with a queen, be my guess. If opponent blocks this way, we have this move. That's just going to lead to a trade. Trade of the pieces, trade of the rooks and the queens. I have absolutely zero issues with that. Wow. Wow, that was intense. I have to be careful not to blunder my piece. I think I can even sack here and still be completely winning. Let's just not take any unnecessary risk. Bro, resign. Bro, resign. Bro, smash that resign button. And finally, opponent found the resign button. Let's see what happened in this game. I played with 75.5% accuracy. Opponent played with 70.3. I was never in trouble from the graph. Let's see what happened here. Opponent decided to go for the Petrov defense, and then I strike this way. I was hoping my opponent would play a move like this, and then we can play this move and it just transpose into the 4-knight variation. But my opponent is hell bent on playing this Petrov defense. The guy is a secret grandmaster, so I just strike this way. The best move for me was to capture here. I think occasionally I face this Petrov defense and I just play this move, which is not really good. So I think from this point, I need to learn. I'm going to look on this Petrov defense so that whenever I face it, I really know what I'm doing against it. Here, I was just trying to follow opening principle. And yes, capturing with the pawn makes sense. Just trying to gain a tempo on the bishop and send my opponent's bishop packing. Okay, the engine wanted me to just capture here. The engine just wanted me to capture here, but I just wanted to castle my king. I was not interested in any of that shenanigans. And after I move like this, okay, the engine still wanted me to capture here. I decided to play this move, just offering a bishop trade. And after the trade, opponent hit my... Oh, okay, the engine wanted... Oh, guys, look at where I'm missing. Look at... I guess that's why I played with 70-something% accuracy. All I had to do was play this move. And the opponent is forced to play a move like this. And I can just go capture here. Or I can land a check here and then land this move. And that's a fork. That's just going to be a fork. I capture one of these pieces and this is still hanging. But I did not play that. Instead, I just retreat my bishop, my knight. Then I play this move and I was setting this up. A move I had earlier and did not take advantage of. And after my opponent plays this move, we strike with this check, capture the rook. And just like that, we are up the exchange. And opponent tried to trap my queen, but there is no trapping my queen. Okay, the engine wanted my opponent to push his pawn. Instead, opponent pushed the pawn, trying to defend this way, and I strike with this move. Not the best move, but a very good move. Okay, the engine wanted me to play moves like this and try to get my queen into the game. Then I captured here, and after the trade, captured here. That's a pawn. Opponent is gifting me material. Oh, the engine wanted me to just push pawn forward. That is stockfish move. I don't think I will be playing such a move. That looks too dangerous for me. Even a sacrifice here and then a check here looks so really dangerous. But stockfish is saying justice. There is nothing there. Just go for it. And after this move, I saved my piece. Yes, guys. I thought for a moment I really wanted to just give back material and play this move. But by not giving back material and playing this move, I just gave back all my advantage. Opponent strikes with this move. The best move for my opponent would have been to play this move. Wow. Put the queen there. That would have been the best move. And then I went here. Opponent landed this check. I went back. And opponent landed this check. Opponent wanted the position to repeat. And then I played this move. And my idea now is simple. The reason I went here earlier was because I thought my opponent could play moves like this. and threatening checkmate here. But the problem is that the moment my opponent play any of this move, I land a check here, pick up the evil knight, and I should be chilling. So opponent realizes that and then play this move. Capturing this looks very dangerous to me, and the engine is not even recommending that. The engine just wants me to slide my queen over and try to get my queen into the game. I did not do that. I was trying to trade the knight. The knight is being very, very annoying. Okay, that's the best move. And after this move, I think I was able to just yes, I offered a trade. Okay, the engine wanted me to just play a move like this. Going for this pin. Makes sense. After this trade, I landed a check here. If my opponent had gone back, I can land a check here, force a queen trade, and at the end of the line, I'm still going to pick this knight up. So opponent decided to block this way. Then I'm just going full trading mode, but a move like this would have been stronger. Wow. A move like this, stronger. Queen is trapped. Wow. A move like this and the queen is trapped, but I play this move instead, which is equally good, which is still good. Because at the end of the day, I just wanted to simplify. I grabbed myself a pawn here, position just completely winning for me. And after some moves, opponent found the resign button, and that is GG's. Let's get another game started. Okay, we have a 22 rated player here. Let's go with the French defense. Okay, the French defense knight variation is what my opponent seems to be going for. I think I should just capture here, but that's going to transpose into the Rubinstein variation, I think. Let's go here. I'd love to push pawn forward, except I do not have that move. Maybe opponent push pawn forward now. If opponent doesn't, I want to just push pawn forward and grab myself some space. Pushing this pawn forward looks very good. Well, that's a good looking blunder, I think. I think that's a good looking blunder. So I can capture here, opponent captures here, and then I push pawn forward. Opponent can strike here. If I push pawn forward, what is my opponent going to play? Pushing pawn forward just looks too good. Opponent has this move, and they have two pieces attacking my pawn, and I should be losing that pawn very soon. A move like this looks interesting. Opponent just captures here, I capture here. A move like this, I'll be left with an isolated pawn. Not really an isolated pawn, but that pawn might just be too extended. Because after a move like this, opponent is piling up on the pawn, and I may just end up losing the pawn. So let's just capture here. Position has gotten weird very, very quickly. Oh, I was not expecting that. I thought my opponent was going to capture with one of these pawns. Capturing this way just allows me a move that I like. Opponent is pinning this, trying to put pressure on this pawn. So I'm just going to play a move like this. Opponent is putting more pressure on the pawn. Let's break the pin now. If opponent captures here, I can capture here. So that move doesn't seem to make sense. And I'm looking at playing a move like this. And if opponent moves away, a move like this is looking dangerous, except the evil queen can just go back here. Except the evil queen can just go back there, and the queen should be chilling. Okay, opponent captures there. Yes. I would have been happy to see that that is trapped, but it is not trapped. The opponent is hitting with all kinds of pins. Bro, leave me alone. Leave me alone with the evil pins. Okay, opponent captures there. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Let's go here. I'm looking at castling. Okay, while I'm looking at castling, I need to watch out for this move, as that might just be some kind of a fork. Capturing here comes to mind, but this queen just captures here, and the queen is being a very seriously evil piece. Let's go here. How do we respond to this? Capturing here. I just captured here. I think I like that my bishop, and I'm not really interested in trading it, at least not yet. Let's go here. Maybe try to swing over here. The problem is this knight. I hate this knight. I really hate that knight. I wish I could somehow have a pawn here and have my bishop come in here. I really wish I could do that. Okay, let's keep this defended. Problem is the moment I move this bishop, I'm losing this pawn. I hate this knight, and looks like I may have to just get rid of the knight. Looks like I may just have to get rid of the knight. But I have some decent position here. Let's get rid of that knight. Knight is controlling some squares on my part of the board. Let's gain a tempo on the queen. I'm looking at just hopping here, but that doesn't seem to work at the moment. Opponent seems to, I believe opponent is going to play this move. So I cannot go there immediately. So let's go here. Let's go here, keeping this pawn defended. A move like this is what I'm looking at next. I'm looking at putting this rook here. That is why I'm not defending from this part of the board. I wish I have something stronger. I see what my opponent's plan is. So let's go here. Opponent's plan is to play a move like this. That's my opponent's plan. So let's go here instead. This pawn is going to be a very serious weakness in the end game. And my opponent wants to trade this bishop. Do I really mind? Maybe I don't. Yeah, I do. Do I really mind? I don't think I mind trading that bishop. Let's go here instead. Let's try to put some pressure here. Opponent captures here. That move just helps me play a move like this, and I'm chilling. Opponent doesn't capture. I'm looking at just going back here, playing a move like this, and then doubling up on this pawn. If I had played a move like this earlier, opponent has this check, and I'm just going to be losing a pawn. So let's see how opponent handles this. Evil knight, go away. Yeah, evil knight. Doubling an evil piece. Let's go here. Opponent has to just go back to BBC the pawn. Then I'm looking at this. I'm already threatening to just go capture here. Opponent has to pay attention. And opponent is paying some attention. The matters on the board. Pushing this pawn forward comes to mind. So going here comes to mind. Let's go here. I'm looking at going here and just trying to go here. A move like this, maybe opponent push pawn forward 2 squares. Okay. That's a weakness, and I'm okay with the weakness. Maybe opponent can just move away. Pushing the pawn forward seems to me like a weakness. Weakness I think I'm okay with. If opponent plays this move, can't I just go up here? This rook is kind of trapped now. The rook is trapped. Only problem is that how do I keep it trapped? I wish I could just push this pawn forward 2 squares. I move here, I lose. I have to go back. Oh my goodness, I'm just losing a pawn now. Oh my goodness. I played too active and now I'm losing a pawn. Let's go all in. Let's go all in. There's a knight going in. Knight is threatening to go for this. I have to respond. Let's try to bring my king into the game. Wow. Pawn push here seems interesting to me. Opponent is threatening to capture here. We cannot allow that. Yes, we cannot allow that. Let's pawn push here makes sense. Doesn't make sense. It doesn't make a lot of sense, I guess. Let's go back here. I'm looking at going for this pin. Oh I'm still losing material again. Losing more material again. Oh how did I play this? I just lost one pawn and then another pawn. That's how I lose this game. Losing one pawn and then losing another. Not yet over, guys. Because after I move like this, I'm losing more material. Let's resign. That is good game from my opponent. What just happened there? What just happened there? Let's quickly see. That was just an amazing game from my opponent. I just lost one pawn, then I lost another pawn, and then I'm losing a piece. I pushed too hard, and I that's one of my weaknesses, guys. I just pushed too hard there, and I just ended up just blundering a pawn. Opponent played with 88.4% accuracy. I played with 83.5% accuracy. Position was always in the balance until I started giving up my pawns for no reason. Let's quickly see what happened there. Okay, it was some weird variation of the French defense. Okay, I should have just pushed pawn forward. Now that I'm looking at the analysis, it makes sense to push pawn forward because after I move like this, I can just ignore if I want to. After I move like this, I can just bring my knight out and the pawn is well supported. I captured there. The engine wanted me to push pawn forward. Then I finally pushed pawn forward. But just like that, my opponent's position was better. But I think I was able to equalize. This position I've already equalized, and playing with the black pieces, position is equal. Guess I'm not complaining. Okay, the engine wanted me to capture here, which I later did. That was something I later did after some wait. I had this sacrifice. What was that sacrifice? Oh, it makes sense, guys. If opponent capture here, if I decide to go capture here, opponent just lands a check here, and I'm losing this piece. Notice something, this bishop is the only piece defending the square. I missed it, opponent missed it. And then I finally decided enough of that evil knight, and then I strike here, kick the king away. And so far so good. Position is just in the balance, but the evil knight, once I started giving up my pawns, the evil knight just continued to strike. The position was just 0-0s here. But for some weird reason, I thought I had something and I was just trying to push for something. And just like that, looks like I dropped a pawn here. And then I played this move. I think that was the blunder. That was the blunder. I had to go here. I had to go here. If my opponent captures here, oh my goodness, I think that should be a blunder now. Okay, it's not a blunder. But I can just go attack this piece. Where's the piece going? Maybe go back here. If you decide to go back here, looks like I have this pawn push. And how are you responding to it? It is a blunder, I told you guys. It's a blunder. Opponent cannot capture there. And if opponent decide to capture here, I think I also have this move. And maybe at some point, what is opponent playing? It should still... Okay, it's not completely losing now. Opponent has to play c6. Oh, it makes sense now. Opponent has to go c6, going for this fork. Oh, look at that. Look at that. That is some royal fork business there. Okay, I can play a move like this. And opponent has to decide, what are you capturing? Maybe opponent captures here. Yes, that's the best move for my opponent, capturing here. Because if opponent captures any of these pieces, I'm just going to get it back. I'm just going to capture back, and I'll have a a rook and a bishop for a rook. But in this position, opponent is down the exchange, but opponent has a pawn for it, and opponent is about to capture another pawn. Well, none of that happened. Opponent landed this check. I attacked here. Opponent went back, and I just decided to go all in. I decided to go all in, and position was just crazy. Opponent just found. I think I should. Okay, that's not good. Why is it not good? But not for that reason. It is not good. Oh, I have to go here, guys. And now it makes sense because by not going here and playing this move, opponent hit me with this move, and all of a sudden, this is under attack, this is under attack, and I'm losing one of them. And after I go back here, opponent captures here, my rook is under attack. And after I come back, okay, I had to go here now. Just was not even seeing all of those moves as a possibility. And after I played a move like this, opponent just goes back, and I found the resign button. Let's quickly get another game rolling. Okay, we have a 22, 27 rated player here from Wales. Let's go with the King's Pawn opening. We have the French defense on the board. The advanced variation of the French defense. Let's strike here and put more pressure here. Let's play this move. This is a very common mistake at the beginner level, but at this level, nobody falls for that. A move like that just allows me to capture here, and straight out of the opening, I'll be up a pawn. Opponent doesn't do that. I like going here. I think in the French defense, anytime you see this move, it's advisable you just capture here. I think I'm just going to capture here then. Let's go here. A move like this comes to mind. Putting pressure here. Pressure just doesn't seem to pressuring enough. Let's go here. Opponent is going to capture here. I'm going to capture here and then put my bishop here. I'm going to capture here, put my bishop here, play moves like this, and then I can start going crazy. And then I can start going crazy on the king side. Okay, a move like this is very useful addition. So that might be a move I play very soon. So let's see how opponent handles this. Maybe opponent is going here immediately. If opponent goes here immediately, I just push the pawn forward. And if you go here, thank you for the pawn. I'm just going to capture there and grab myself a pawn. A move like this looks like something we might get hit with. If I get it with this move, I guess I can play a move like this. And if opponent trades, I trade. I'm looking at just pushing pawns and going crazy on this part of the board. And then he's looking at something different. So opponent going to sag the queen, sag the knight. Opponent is not going to do any of that. All right, let's go here. Let's go here. I see my opponent landing, capturing here. But mind you, the light square bishop is not one of my happiest bishop in the French defense. So if opponent is not, he's going to capture the light square bishop. Who am I to complain? I'm just not complaining. I'm not complaining. My light square bishop is usually a sick bishop in the French defense. The bishop was just a giant pawn here, holding on to this pawn, and this pawn. So my opponent deciding to capture the bishop. That's an addition for me. I think I'm okay with that. I'm looking at castling here on the next move. Playing moves like this, trying to put pressure here. Okay, I opponent can go back here to defend. Let's see. A move like this, still not scared of. I just kick the evil piece away. Opponent might be thinking of this check, but opponent has nothing there. I can play a move like this, play a move like this, and just probably put my bishop here, castle here, and I should be fine. Okay, opponent strikes with this move. A move like this immediately comes to my mind. How is opponent defending this? Opponent can just go back. Oh, alright, I guess I should just castle now. Let's just castle. I would have loved to go here, but I'm not seeing what I get with that. Opponent finally castled. Oh, opponent was opponent not interested in castling earlier. Let's go here. Now the threat is to capture here, grab this evil piece. Now that's the threat. My opponent has a dark square bishop, and the dark square bishop for my opponent is usually not my opponent's stronger piece. A move like this now comes to mind. I wish I could somehow land my knight here. A move like this with intention of playing a move like this. That's something I'm really considering. So a move like this, what if my opponent push pawn forward? Then a move like this. Ooh, it's making sense now. So I'm looking at pushing pawn forward. What if my opponent goes here? And that's a pawn. Give me the evil pawn. So I'm looking at playing a move like this and then a move like this, trying to soften up my opponent's king side. If opponent captures here, even though that's a free pawn, I don't think I really mind giving up that pawn. That's not a pawn I'm unhappy to give up. I'm very happy to give up the pawn. And one thing here is, okay, now I'm just going here. The idea now is to land this move again. That is the idea. And if opponent dares to push pawn forward, I have this move. I'm mounting pressure on this pawn. And aside from that, what do we know about pinned pieces? They only give you an illusion of defense. So if I have a queen here, then I can capture here, and that's just going to be a free pawn. And how is opponent going to deal with this? Maybe opponent just allows it. Maybe opponent can just allow it. If opponent allows it, I'm going to play it and then try to get my queen into the game somehow. The opponent is thinking what to do. If opponent push pawn, I'm going to push pawn. If opponent push pawn, I have no business capturing here. I'm going to push pawn. An opponent has to watch out for the light square. Opponent has to watch out for the light squares. And if I'm able to get my queen here, there is idea of rolling my rook over here and threatening all kinds of stuff on this square. Opponent has to be very careful. Position looks very dangerous for my opponent. What if opponent plays that, and guys, you already know what the plan is. The problem is the moment I go here, which I really want to play, which is a move I really want to play. Opponent has this move. Ouch, I don't like that. That move just holds on to everything. So maybe we should play a move like this first. But then opponent has the time to move their queen away. Okay, move like this first. Opponent goes here. And I have this move. I'm putting pressure here. I'm looking at playing a move like this and then playing this move. I don't want this knight coming here. So after a move like this, what is my opponent going to play? Opponent plays this move. Can I ignore? I am tempted to just ignore. A move like this doesn't work now because this evil knight lands here. So if I go here now, an opponent captures the pawn, I'm looking at going here then. I'm hitting the knight, and even if opponent defends the knight or defend the knight all kinds of way, and capture here. Okay, opponent can defend the knight from this square. Very important we look at that square. Oh, so sacrificing that pawn doesn't work. I would have loved to sack that pawn, sack the pawn. Sacking the pawn doesn't seem to work because once my opponent defends here, if I capture here, opponent captures here. And if I capture here, opponent has a check here and they pick up my bishop here. You always want to think about your opponent's likely response. That's going to save you from a lot of blunders. My opponent's plan. If I really want to trade this piece, I'm not sure. Maybe I'm going to trade it. Just maybe. So let's say I play a move like this. Then goes here. Then I trade this bishop. How do I hold on to this, my bishop? Yes, I think I'm okay trading the bishop. I'm looking at swinging my queen over. So that will just help me to bring my queen into the game easily. That will help me bring my queen into the game easily, which is something I've been thinking about. Opponent is poised for choices, capture here or capture here. But regardless of how they capture, this bishop is still a sad piece looking at its own pawn. So the reason I'm willing to give this up is so that my queen can easily enter into the game. And mind you, we already talked about this square some moves ago. And the moment my opponent push pawn forward, I'm happy to capture here. Problem here is that the moment I land my queen here, alright, the moment I land my queen here, opponent can play a move like this, which I don't like. I do not like that move. I don't like that move. That move is asking for trades. Move is asking for a trade I don't want. Opponent has a pass pawn here. Opponent has a pass pawn there. Opponent might be saying justice. I have a pass pawn. A move like this also comes to mind. Okay, opponent goes there. I really wish we trade there. Doesn't make sense to trade to me. Feels like I am the one with the attack. So why am I trading? Let's go here. I wish I could play a move like this, but that's a free piece. That's just a free piece. What if I had gone here and then swing my rook over here? I just want to have a pin here. It looks good to have that pin. Not sure what my opponent is doing with that move. Let's go here. Now it looks like we are piling up here. Maybe we are. Am I really interested in piling up there? That's not my interest. My interest has always been to double up here. Opponent ever push pawn here, I can capture here, and I have no issues doing that. Okay, opponent still has this move. I'm looking at swinging this rook over. I really wish my queen was the one in front of this battery, but I think even a rook in front of this battery should also be good. Pushing pawn forward here comes to mind, but I'm looking at just playing a move like this. And if I'm getting my opponent to push pawn in front of their king, I don't think I'm complaining. A move like this, I'm 100% going to play. What about a move like this? Opponent has this move. Opponent might be interested in pushing pawn forward as well. So let's say opponent push pawn forward. If I sack here, opponent captures, and then I go here. Opponent captures, I'm happy to recapture. I have a rook, but position seems to be equal. Except I get 2 pawns. I have 2 pass pawns here. So if I capture here, opponent captures, I capture here. If opponent moves the queen, I think I have a check here, and I should have some kind of checkmate, or at least my opponent losing material. Let's calculate this. Whenever there is a sacrifice on the board, it is time to calculate because sacrifices are usually decisive. Sacrificing material is usually a decisive move, and if you get it wrong, you can find the resign button. Hopefully, I'm not getting it wrong. If I capture here, if opponent captures here, I can capture here, and after the trade, I think I like the position I have. I think after the trade, I like what I'm seeing on the board. Yes, I'm in love with what I'm seeing on the board. So after I trade here, opponent captures, I capture here. My queen is defending. What if opponent goes for this pin? I think I have some checks here. Yes, I have some check here, and I am able to pin my opponent's queen if opponent blocks the check. So let's go here. Let's see if this is a brilliant move or a brilliant blunder that forces me to resign. If opponent plays a move like this, I can capture here. And if opponent captures my queen, I recapture. I have two rooks and a piece. And I'm up a piece because my rooks are going to be defending each other. Opponent captures here. So let's go here. Opponent can give up material. Good. If opponent doesn't give up material, a check here followed by checkmate somewhere here. Or a check here followed by checkmate somewhere here. So let's see. A pin like this looks interesting, but I have this check. I have this check or maybe a check here. Yes, I think I have checks here. Opponent goes back here. I have check here. Oh my goodness, I mistakenly left the game. Goodness. Oh, opponent played this move. Opponent doesn't have to capture. Yes, I did not calculate that. Let's go here. A check here I kind of like. A move like this. Opponent, let's say opponent goes here. A move like this I like. I'm hitting the queen. I'm hitting this. I have this check, and opponent should lose. Opponent should lose their queen now. If they block the check this way, I have this move. If they go back here, I'm just going here. That's a nasty pin. That's what I'm talking about. Let's go here. So when the dust settles, what do I have? I need to find a way to make use of my knight. I'm not making use of the knight. It is already GG's. Opponent's bishop is not a very happy bishop. A move like this, I see my opponent playing. Just trying to double up here. I think I'm interested in capturing here, even though I do not really want to. But let's go here. I have this check coming. Then a check here should be devastating. So I see my opponent just trading here. And we have two pass pawns, but opponent has a pass pawn. That is very evil. I'm up 2 points of material, but I need to find a way to stop this pawn. All right, I think I'm going to play this move. Don't tell me I just blundered. Okay, I have this check. I should be able to escape. The rook is defending this square, which is very good. A move like this comes to mind, but I have this check. I have to watch out for this diagonal, guys, because if opponent is able to land a check here, it is checkmate. I wish I can land my knight here. I'm really looking for ways to land my knight there. I'm not seeing it. Knight is also getting flagged. Can't wait to analyze this game. Let's see. Let's analyze this game and see. All right, a check here. A move like this looks good to me. Hitting my opponent's rook. And my threat is to land a check. Oh, what is that move? This is lost. Oh my goodness. Wow. Oh, wow. For a moment, I thought it was lost. Not really. I thought I was lost. But even if I was lost, I was just going to flag my opponent. Because why not? Opponent, you can look for the resign button. Accept resignations here. I'm going to accept your resignation without complaining. Wow, give me my win, resign. And he finally resigned. Let's see if I had found a brilliant move there or if that was a brilliant blunder. Let's see what happened in this game. Wow. Yes, it wasn't a brilliant move. Looks like it was a blunder. I played it 82.8% accuracy. Opponent played it 76.8. I thought that was a brilliant move. Let's quickly see what happened there. So it wasn't a brilliant move. Okay. It was the advanced variation of the French defense. Okay, capturing there was bad. When I was a beginner, I learned that anytime you can capture there, you should capture there. Guess what I learned was just inaccurate. Need to revisit my French defense. And after this capture, one of my plan is to swing my bishop here, and then start rolling my pawns here. Once my opponent castles here. But opponent doesn't do that. Opponent plays this move instead, and then I strike this way. Capturing there cannot be good. The engine says it's acceptable. The light square bishop in the French defense for black is usually an evil piece, a piece that is not doing much in the game. Usually a very problematic piece, and my opponent getting rid of it with their knight, something I'm very happy about. So I just consolidated, I just castled my king and then swing my rook over, the best move. And then I started thinking about a move here like this, but I did not play it. Instead, okay, not at this point. At this point, I pushed my pawn forward, and then I started thinking about that move. Okay, the engine wanted me to strike here instead. Wow, I did not. I just played this move, maybe stopping the knight from. Okay, the reason I played this move is so that I could play a move like this, and the knight can't get here. But instead, my opponent immediately put the knight there, and then I hit the knight, capture there, which is a good move, a very good move. And then I try to swing my rook over. Okay, the engine is saying justice, push the pawn forward. And what is that move? Am I trying to win this pawn or what? Okay, I did not push the pawn forward. I was trying to do something else. The engine wanted me to trade. I think the reason is that this my knight is going to be better than my opponent's bishop. My knight is clearly better than the bishop. The bishop is just looking at its own pawn. But I am not interested in trading. I felt like I have some kind of attack, so I was trying to start an attack. I played this move, opponent offered a trade again. I ignored. The engine is screaming, justice trade. And after this move, I captured here, swing my rook over, blundered. Okay, it was equal now. At least not a game decisive blunder. So where did I make the other blunder? Okay, that's still good. Okay, I think it was in the end game I blundered, not the sacrifice. I think the sacrifice was good, and the refutation to the sacrifice was just not easy for my opponent, and I guess that's why my opponent did not find it. Oh, opponent had to find this move, and then I want to have this check. I don't have this move. Oh, opponent had to find this move, and the position would have been equal. A move like this, and what if I had gone here? The ideas of landing a check here and trying to go for this. What if I had gone here? Let's quickly see. Or let's see the engine continuation here. Okay, the best move is to go here. And after opening goes G2. What else? Then I go F4. Guess with ideas of playing moves like this. And after opening goes Rook to F1. What do we do? E3 check. We land a check here. Looks like this might just end in some perpetual checks. Let's say opening plays this move. How do we proceed? H3. Wow. Keep threatening this. Rook to F1. And then G3. King to H1. Can I capture here? Can I really capture there? No, really. Oh, yes, I have to just force perpetual checks like this. Oh, this is the refutation. My opponent did not find it. Opponent did not find it. Instead, opponent moved here. Then I strike this way. And I landed a check here. Pinned my opponent's queen. Captured the queen. And I evaluated this position and I was so okay with my position here. And I was correct. The position was just good for me. So what was the blunder I did? What was my blunder here? Oh, that was a blunder. Was it because of this pin? That's a blunder. Oh, my opponent had this move. And my queen is trapped. Look at that. My queen would have been trapped. Oh, I was just trying to flag my opponent, but just this, you had to still be calculating. My queen would have just been completely trapped. Opponent missed it. Opponent just offered all the trade. And opponent thought, I think opponent thought this pawn is running, but my king was just fast enough. I stopped my opponent's pawn. I had my pieces rolling, and opponent found the resign button. Guys, if you have made it this far into the video, do not forget to smash that like button and subscribe for more videos like this.